I am Vaishnav Vinesh from grade 10 with Evolet Rita George from grade 9. We are from Indian Language School, Lagos, Nigeria, presenting the lesson The Letter by Dhoomketu from the textbook of grade 10. I chose this story for its emotional depth and suspense, perfect for a technology based project to capture the old man's longing and hope.
Coachman Ali, a man in his old age, is walking in the cold, biting wind before the sun has even risen. His destination is the post office. When Ali was young, he had been a clever and skilled shikari. At times, he also used to go out with his friends, the fishermen. As the evening of his life drew in, he left his old practices. His only child, Miriam, married and left him. And for the last 5 years, he had no news of this daughter. He now understood the meaning of love and separation. Ever since Miriam left, he abandoned his sport and reflected deeply. He sat beneath a tree and wept bitterly, realizing that love was the foundation of the universe and separation's grief was inevitable. From that day, he had risen each morning at 4 o'clock to walk to the post office. When the people got to know his habit, they laughed at him. The postmen began to make a game of him. Even though there was no letter for him, they would call out his name for the fun of seeing him jump up and come to the door. Still, with boundless faith and infinite patience, he came every day and went away empty-handed. The postman and the postmaster thought that Ali was mad. For several days, Ali hadn't come to the post office. No one cared to ask, but everyone was curious about what had stopped the old man. At last, he came again, but it was a struggle for him to breathe, and on his face were clear signs of approaching end. That day, he could not contain his impatience. He inquired about his letter to the postmaster, but he rudely disrespected Ali and went off. Ali heard one of the clerks coming behind him and turned. He gave Lakshmi Das 5 golden guineas and asked him to send the letter to his grave whenever it arrives, since that was his last day. One day, trouble came to the postmaster. His daughter lay ill in another town and he had no news of her. From the post which came in, he snatched a letter which looked like his, but it was addressed to Coachman Ali. He was shocked. He asked Lakshmi Das to find out where is Ali. His own letter did not come all day. He woke up at 3 and went to the office. Hearing a knock at the door, he opened it and saw Ali. He handed the letter to him. His features were softened by lines of kindliness, and in his eyes was a light so unearthly that scared the postmaster. Lakshmi Das informed the postmaster that Ali was dead and that he had to send the letter. The postmaster was bewildered since he had just seen Ali. That evening, Lakshmi Das and the postmaster went to Ali's grave and laid the letter on it. The newly vacant father's heart in him was reproaching him for having failed to understand Ali's anxiety, for now he himself had to spend another night of restless anxiety.